moms, here's my household sanity savers. So if you've ever had to utter the words that Mugatu utters in the movie Zoolander, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, then you probably need this video of how to save your sanity. If you have kids and you are trying to run a household and anything else, a business, homeschooling, work outside of the home, work inside, whatever you're doing, you are probably losing your mind at some point. And this was going on in our house just the same as every other household. A couple weeks ago, I decided I felt like I was taking crazy pills long enough and I wanted and needed help. And so I decided to put into place a chore chart. And this chore chart was for my 11-year-old and almost 10-year-old. And we have some things that we can put in with the 4-year-old, but that's a little bit different. And so this video is going to take you through today what we do in our households to save our sanity. Here are some things to consider as you're creating the chore chart for your family. So first of all, you got to look at what is age appropriate. Now, I'm going to show you some things in my household and you may laugh, but I have a 4-year-old and so I have to look at what's age appropriate for you.
Picking up the laundry, picking up, pick up the, toys in my bedroom. That's it.
Do you wipe up the toothpaste in your bathroom?
Yep.
And bring your laundry out and your towels?
Yep.
There's so many resources out there, like go ahead and Google what's an age-appropriate activity for your kid to do for chores within your household. But here's the thing, everybody's household is different. And so what I would prefer to do, and what I did do, is I just looked at our routine and kind of where we felt some discomfort and where I needed help and where my husband and I needed help. And that's where we implemented things that were age appropriate. So you may find a list somewhere and you're like, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, but that really doesn't help. So we have a look at what's age appropriate. We have a look at what you can leverage for either a reward or taking stuff away, and then just kind of some practical things that we do as a family. For the 4-year-old, you will see that it's not always easy to get him in a task or routine. And so we are just pretty much getting him used to some things that he should be doing as being a functional part of our family. Taking dishes from the table when he's finished with dinner, picking up socks when he takes off, when he gets undressed for bath time. You don't just leave it there on the floor. You have to put it in the laundry basket or you have to bring it out to the laundry room for me. One of the big things we're working on right now is toothpaste in the sink basin. Oh my gosh, that drives me nuts. So when the bigger kids are doing their routines, I'm often just giving Ian, the 4-year-old, some cues of what he can be doing, because he does just do that whole monkey see, monkey do. When the big kids are doing their chores, he follows in. Right now, he doesn't get a reward like the big kids do, but he gets, I'm leveraging anything. So I'm going to leverage whatever he is doing at that moment that I can either reward or take away that I know, because sometimes we can give a reward and they're like, I don't care, I'm not going to do it, because they're 4 and they just are so fickle. So that's where, you just kind of have to play that younger kid card a little bit differently. You just have to lay that out a little differently. Some of you are going to watch this video and think, I've got a better idea. You're doing it wrong or you're not doing it as well, and I've got some great ideas too. Absolutely share them, because this is just what's been working right now, and I know the tides can change at any moment, so I would love to hear what you're doing. For our older kids, we know that they are responsible enough that they can help with laundry. They are responsible for cleaning their room. They're responsible for cleaning their bathroom that they use, and they can help with dishes. And so I have right here, I told you the things that the older kids can do. Now I have them on little charts. What they've done on their chart, and when the entire chart is done, I'm giving them a certain amount of money. Now, we're doing money now because then we also do the Dave Ramsey spending with them. So we do the give, save, spend. And so we like to incorporate that, which then that means they have to spend their money when they go and do fun things, and it's not just always coming from mom and dad. So we do give them a little generously, but then we teach them how to give, save, spend. But you find what fits for your family. It may be just leveraging that you don't get your screen time unless you've completed all this. Whatever makes sense for you and whatever the dynamics of your household are and the priority system you see as best fit for you, that's what you use as leverage or reward. So we do money right now for the 2 older ones because that works for some other priorities that we run in our household. But here's the other thing. So my 2 older ones are only 18 months apart, girl and a boy. They're very, I don't want to say competitive, but they want everything fair. And I realized that if I gave them the same job every week, they would say, well, her job's harder than my job, or my job's harder than his, or whatever. So I decided to split them up, and every week they alternate. And what my husband was like, man, you're so smart. And I didn't plan that, like kind of sort of planned it, but it worked out even better. Was I flip-flopped responsibilities. So they have cleaned their bedroom, both of them have that, clean the bedroom, bathroom, and bring out laundry. And so I'm gonna do most of the laundry, right? But I found myself walking by their bedrooms and seeing loads of laundry all over. So now they've always had a laundry basket, but now their laundry basket has to come out multiple times a week, and every time they do that, they get to highlight. That has to happen at least 3 times a week, and I don't designate which day. It just says day 1, 2, and 3, because I sometimes do laundry on different days just based on my own schedule. So it gives me the flexibility to still kind of yell out some demands like, hey, I'm doing laundry, bring your laundry out today, and they feel good. They're not being like barked at or ordered. Even though it is a command, they're a responsible part of our family. So they get to do that. They highlight that. They also have to do 1 full load of laundry by themselves. So they're bringing all their laundry out, and if I haven't caught up by Sunday, which I typically never, ever, ever catch up on laundry, but on Sunday, that's the day I typically have it scheduled for, is they do at least 1 time a week an entire load themselves. Like their basket gets dumped in the wash, they switch it from the wash to the dryer, and they have to fold it and put it away. That has given them so much freedom and responsibility just to learn how the functioning of our family works. The last Sunday when my son did it for the first time, because we had just started incorporating this, and I was doing some of it with them. And so the first 2 weeks was really just walking through, getting them ready for this, how we load and unload. You're gonna have to set some of that up. But as he was doing that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm teaching him how to actually pour the right amount. These are colors, so we have to wash these on cold, and this is how you're gonna switch it over. He got really excited about that, and I felt so proud. I was like, wow, he's gonna one day have a wife, and his wife's gonna be so thrilled that he knows how to do this. And my daughter, same way, contributing to the family. So laundry and bedroom and bathrooms, awesome. The cool thing that I did not even realize I was doing well was we flip-flopped who takes out the recycling, who takes out the trash, and who loads the dishes and who unloads the dishes. And so some of that, just like the laundry, is contingent on someone else doing his or her job. So when my son brought his laundry basket in and he needed to do his laundry, I said, well, wait, mommy's got a load of towels in. And so he didn't, like, if his need is not met right away, he's got to realize there's a family functioning here. And sometimes they would say, Mom, I need pants for today, or my uniform's not washed. It's like, okay, I understand that's what you need right now, but we are all functioning as a household. So you're gonna have to be aware of that. So this has brought some real awareness. With the loading and unloading dishes, what has brought some awareness is that, I do the dishes every other day that they don't. So I'm not making them do a million things a day. You are not a bad mom for making them do things. I'm saying that to you, and I'm saying that to myself. I'm not a bad mom for making them do things, but I still do stuff. But on the days that they have to do the dishes, one has to unload, one has to load. So if they don't do their part, the other person can't do his or her part. And so they're looking at that as a function of a team, of a family, as like, hey, we're in this together. And when they don't, they're like, I'm tired, I've got too much homework, which they're always gonna wanna do homework all of a sudden when chores come up. They don't wanna do it any other time. But when chores come up, all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I have homework. But if they start giving you those excuses, you're like, okay, fine, I'll do this one for you, but you're only gonna get X amount of money instead of whatever. And they're like, and your brother's gonna get this. boom, they are on it. And so the functioning and seeing how that works together has been amazing. Rewarding and leveraging is so important because I think they like to physically see what they're doing and their progress. The other thing, when I was doing chores before with them and it wasn't always successful, is I had promised I would pay them. We never carry cash. And so now we have these, I have tons of these printed out, and as soon as these are completed, they have a little envelope of money with their name on it, and the money's actually inside. So they know mommy's not just like, oh yeah, whatever. The money is there. They see immediate gratification when they complete their task, and they know the entire card has to be filled out to get their reward. Or if in your case, if you're doing a leverage of some sort of, taking away something, then they're not going to get their screen time unless this is completely filled out. We have fallen off a little bit with our days sometimes because I did put on here like take out the trash Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but our schedule's insane. And so sometimes Monday or whatever, some of those days are just nuts. And I'm not going to force my kids if they've got like a gazillion activities, but then we'll just switch it. But they still have to get those 3 in. And then I am the gatekeeper, or my husband's the gatekeeper as far as like, no, you, tonight is the dishes night because we had to switch it. You and your brother both have to do this tonight, not when you feel like it or not when you feel like getting back on track, because it'll push everything off. So we do give some structure, some really good structure with some flexibility.
Thanks for watching.